Oh, jolly ho, folks. Today we got props, and not just any props, we got money, loads of money. And you're never going to guess what I'm going to do with all this. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Tank, what are you doing with all the money on screen? Who are you trying to flex on? Well, just to prove I'm not flexing on anyone, I'm going to burn it. So yeah, let's just cut that one out right now and make sure that we know exactly where we stand going forward with today's video. Yes, today we're talking about the fact that people burn money just for the sake of it. But why? Hello! Welcome to Brainspill, the laziest show on the internet. My name is Tank, and when I say burn for the sake of it, that's not entirely true. There is a very good reason why people do it, but of course I'm not going to tell you that at the very start of the video. We need to build up to that point as to why this is even a thing in the first place. Oh, and just for those that thought that that was just a one-off, nope, I've got plenty more money where that came from. You might think that there's probably some law of the land which prevents people from defacing or destroying their money, which, you know, at the end of the day, a lot of banknotes have some very important person on them, which you probably shouldn't burn, especially when it's worth something. On some of the world's more famous currencies, you've got George Washington on the dollar bill, you've got Queen Elizabeth on pretty much every Great British pound, and also you have Mao Zedong on the Chinese yen. And yes, you'd be right. Section 333, Title 18 of the US Code states that anyone who mutilates, cuts, defaces, add any other synonyms you can think of, any bank bill shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 6 months, or both. So basically in the US, grabbing a fresh dollar bill out of your pocket and setting it on fire is illegal. Land of the free. So why is it okay to burn some money whilst others are deemed illegal? Well, it's all down to the purpose and the actual reason a bill is printed, much of which is money used for an actual financial currency exchange. However, this money is built specifically for burning. That's right, this is commonly referred to as hell money. Hell money, what is commonly referred to in the West, is purpose-made to resemble legal tender banknotes, but are not actually officially recognised as legal tender. Basically, it's fake money. The reason for this is that in many countries across East Asia, there is a common practice that the money is given as a burnt offering to the deceased as an answer to resolve their assumed monetary problems in the afterlife. The difference here is that this money is actually printed on a form of joss paper, which is incense paper, paper that is made specifically to be burnt. So yeah, that's why I can sit here and burn this money, and aside from the fact that it might be against my tenancy agreement, basically it's not illegal. However, just to show you one a little bit closer, this is what our note looks like, which as you can tell, it's, it's as you'd expect from a fake note. And even on the back, if the camera picks it up, you can even see it says hell money on the back, just in case there's any doubt. I mean, even feeling it, it's thin as hell. You can tell it's not real paper, just, you can do whatever with it really. This is because money, according to Chinese folklore, can bring you happiness in the afterlife. Hence why families make offerings of fake money, which allows this wealth to be transferred and materialize in the afterlife. Now, I'm not one to mock ancient Asian culture here, but yeah, if someone was going to burn that for me in the afterlife, I don't know if that would really cut it. However, if that is how the afterlife works, then I would really appreciate it if one of you guys could burn me a couple $100 million worth of it, just so I'm good in the afterlife. That would be very much appreciated. That would be peachy. Some people burn this money specifically so their family members can be wealthy in the afterlife. However, there is a slightly different interpretation to this by the fact that a lot of people do the same thing, but instead of the money going to the family members, it goes to bribing the emperor of the underworld. Yeah, it sounds totally above board and totally legit, so let's keep going. However, hell is not the eternal burning hellscape that many of us may assume it is, as the underworld in Asian culture incorporates the afterlife in its entirety, where they are judged and either they are sent to heaven, they are reincarnated, or they are sent to the underworld to be punished until your debts are absolved, to only then be elevated to another plane of afterlife existence. Ah, there we go. That's the underworld I think most of us know, the eternal burning hell landscape. And when I was saying earlier about bribing the emperor of the underworld, that ain't a joke. That was literally what some people do, and the reason why people burn this stuff. As basically people think that if you can bribe the emperor of the underworld, they might be a little bit more lenient on your recently deceased family member who may get into heaven as a result of you burning them some fake money. So whichever way you try it, it's a good shot. As you might imagine, because this is fake money, then the idea of inflation may not be such a thing that people have thought of. Therefore, these fake currencies often have a pretty inflated value on them, sometimes being printed in the billions of dollars. These excessive denominations are surprising, almost like the underworld doesn't have a financial system, or after so much money is transferred to the afterlife, that it becomes worthless. Hyperinflation, people, read up on it. As a matter of fact, imagine that you're in the underworld and your family member have burnt you a couple of hundred yen of this currency, which this is. It is 100 yen, and basically you think, great, I've got a little bit of money. But then old Frank over here, his family member's burning him bills by the 100 million, and you're gonna be pretty pissed by that, because if that's all going to the emperor of the underworld, you know for sure as shit that you ain't getting elevated to a higher level of existence until you've paid off those debts. This isn't just limited to fake money, however, as other items are also burnt in the ritual in the same manner, by getting papier-mâché objects which can be burnt and transferred into the afterlife, hence increasing in value. So, just as an example, this car, for example, is something that people have made and then burnt with the hopes that the value of that vehicle will then go into the afterlife, be it to help a family member out or to bribe the emperor of the underworld. So basically, someone just needs to start making a bunch of papier-mâché Teslas and they'll be in the money. And these papier-mâché items are not limited to just a few things. You've got houses, cars, jewellery, and it can be pretty much anything. Anything that's got any worth to it or any intrinsic value can be burnt and made as an offering, regardless of its value. Due to the fact that this is fake money, of course it's nothing like a real bill, and any normal security features that are seen on normal currency is clearly not present because it's not trying to imitate real money. I mean, it is, but not in a way where it's going to get you legally in trouble. It's pretty distinct in the fact that it's fake, but they just need to make it abundantly clear by having the appropriate wording and the fact it's made of papier-mâché, basically. Because of course they are not intended to be spent as real money, in the living world mind you. I know I've joked and all talking about this, but the act of doing this is simply just to pay respect, to pay homage to your ancestors, since those ancestors are the ones who've raised them, and in order to honour them, this is a way to give back once they've passed into the afterlife. So yeah, I can get to the point, eventually, but that is the reason why people burn fake money. If you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified as soon as I upload my next video, be sure to hit the bell button. And if you've got any ideas for what topics you'd like me to discuss next, let me know down in the comments below. As always, sources used in the video will be in the description. I'm in the money. I'm in the money. Wow, that was a big one. Look, if you're gonna do this, make sure it is actually fake money and not the real deal, because I don't want you breaking any laws here. And also, who wants to burn real money? Just had to make sure I wasn't setting fire to the carpet. I'll see you guys in the next video. Fantastic.